What you eating?
I mean, Uncle Remus, boy, you know what that means. Always Remus. You know what I'm saying?
West Side.
Open the Remus. You know?
Open the
Open the
Remus.
Remus.
There you go, baby.
Remus over Harem. You know what I'm saying?
Hood Hierarchy. Live with Uncle Beats, your boy Burn Poe, aka Dada Man.
California, hey, you know, for everybody who be trying to count me out, just remember something. You can't count. See that? See that? You see them mountains? Them mountains.
Fellas, everybody listen. Don't trust these women family. Because every woman got some dude that's a family friend that been around for the longest, and the brothers will hang with you, the cousins, and they know about Derek.
Beats. Let me throw it at you. Let me. Do you know that one move could change a person's life? So let's say, for instance, your daughter goes to school and some girls calling her names, and she decides she's gonna go over and put one in their eye. She gets arrested, messes with her. Now she's not in that school anymore. They kick her out. It changed everything. So when we talk about raising kings and queens, I mean, we really got to prepare them for, you know, all those roadblocks and things that are out there. So that's what I really want to hear. But I do thank you for calling, man. I really, really appreciate hearing from you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, one more thing.
Oh, you hung up.
It can only be one king.
Oh,
Everybody can be a prince,
That's right.
but they can't all be the king.
it could be a lot of kings and queens.
No, it can't. It's
Well, he
one
said
king.
in the.
I'm just pouring drinks. I'm just a bartender.
Sage on side one, sunshine on side two, and somebody.
And you better answer it right because my brother sitting right back. Because the real one, the love comes first. But if you pick the right one, the money gonna come after. I know, that's right. Yeah.
It's the hood hierarchy mobcast, and it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines on the corner like a stop sign. And it's gonna go all the way down. So if you want us to be alright, hit that like. If you care, hit that shit. If you want it, leave a comment. If you really want us out the trap, always put something on that real hierarchy cash out. So it's good. Zeno was our biggest episode.
We in the shop. We just came from getting the Polish, extra onions. You know what I'm saying? In the building.
It's hood hierarchy time. Are y'all ready?
Ready? What's going down, y'all? Come on in. You ready? It's the hood hierarchy mobcast, and it's me, Uncle Beats, in the streets like white lines on the corner like a stop sign. If y'all want us to be all right, hit that like. If you care, leave a hit the share. If you own it, leave a comment. If you want us out the trap, drop something off that hood hierarchy cash app. And if you want us to survive, hit subscribe. So today, oh yeah, of course, get in the comments. Let us know your city. Let us know your state. Let us know what's on your mind. But today is a very special show. See, I feel special to have this person on here because they got something like really big going on. And I mean like major. It's like, I feel real major now. Mama, I made it. I made it. I got some big stuff going on. I'm gonna roll the intro. Come on back. Here y'all go.
Hood hierarchy mobcast. Every single episode, man, we're gonna give them a little background.
I know how I feel because I done been through that 1,000 times.
Lovely ghetto you, beautiful ghetto you, sweet ghetto
We made so much doing that. I started taking that money throwing the concerts.
It's your boy, Project Pata. Hood hierarchy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, look, man, if it ain't in the hood, man, it ain't on here. Hey, this your boy Mario Cannon, man. And you rocking with Hood Hierarchy. You already know what's going down.
Team Pretty P stand up. It's a wrap. Tune in.
It's Deli Dale. And whenever I got time and I'm relaxing and I'm chilling, I don't give a damn if I'm laying in the bed with you. I'm checking out Hood Hierarchy, and it's just that simple, just that easy.
This is 7 Up, man, straight from Brooklyn. I want y'all to check my boy out, Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. Get the dopest interviews, the dopest content, the dopest platform, straight from Chi-Town, man. You know what it is, man. We representing Uncle Beats, Hood Hierarchy. That's the highest of prestige. Get it? You already know. That's on game. You heard?
One was saying this the one and only HD president, Mr. Bow Bow Bow. This is Hood Hierarchy checking in. I'm signing out. HD4, Bow Bow Bow.
Well, y'all here. Like I said, the guest is special, but I feel special having this guest. So I'm not going to hold y'all up. But today we have the creator of the Interfaith Film and Music Festival out in good old New York City, the one, the only, LaSonya Thompson is still there, and there she go. Y'all clap right now. Clap for it.
Family, I love you. So glad to see you.
We love you too. We're glad you're here. So, thanks for taking time out of your busy day, giving us your New York minutes to talk to us. So I just got to know. So before I get into your business, for the people who's watching for the first time, don't think I'm being rude to my guests if I go read the comments. We call that checking in with the streets. We had to check in with the streets. The streets is what made us, man. We got Miguel Andrews in the building. My guy MG, salute to you. Boogie Flavors checking in all the way from San Diego, California. Let's Chop It Up podcast is in the building. So we finna get in your business, like I said. And of course, we got the top dog, Coconut Corey, right in the building. So I gotta ask you something though, because I've been asking these questions on the internet. And I just like to know what people think. So if you get an inheritance, and I was just going to go like $50,000, do you call your friends and family and just start giving everybody money, or do you take the money and invest it?
You have to take the money and invest it.
Right.
First, you want to invest spiritually, meaning giving a first fruits, if that's what you believe in. But I think it's something that'll help you out in the long run, right? You got to give shouts out to God to bless the money. But then after that, you got to make sure that it multiplies, right? Because after you buy up the bar, everybody go home and go to sleep. But when you buy out your Apple and your other like companies, Black-owned businesses that's on the stock exchange, then you trying to like do generational wealth.
There you go. I saw people back when the PPP was popping and all the other frauds that was going on. I seen people who never had money with money, and seemed like they was trying to like make up for all the people who've been looking out for them. But these are people like you're someone who doesn't have a job that ain't on your feet. You're trying to give money to people that's on their feet already. They really didn't need your little $1,000 or $500, but you're giving it out. And a lot of them turn 30,000 into zero real quick. So it's just like, we gotta be careful. We got, there we go. We got the president in the building. One of my favorite pastors. Y'all go check his church out in Peoria, Illinois. But I tell people all the time, right? People will call me like, and they want to borrow like $20, and I tell them no, and they get mad. But they don't realize how many people call me for $20. So like, it's just $20. But if I give away 5 times a day, give away $20, that's $100 a day. That's $3,000 in 30 days. Can't do that, but people don't see it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. But sometimes you have to like take it to something that they can identify with. And a lot of people know Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett, he didn't even give his children $20 a day, right? Because he said, look, I want for them to stand on their own 2 feet. Yes, I'm going to give them something because they are my own flesh and blood, but I don't want them living their life thinking that it's all set up for them to just relax and chill. He wants for them to build the same muscle he had to build in order to enjoy the fruits of his labor. You know what I'm saying? And they have to do it for themselves. They have to build their character. They have to go through the struggle, but to become the better them. Because when he gone and he put the money into a library, he put the money into cancer research, he put the money into saving the planet.
Right.
He want to know that his children are not going to be strung out. He want to know that his children will have focus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And have a master plan.
Right.
That's his goal. So I can't understand why people getting upset with you.
Yeah, man, and I don't care. That's the bad part. And the president said, the pastor, he said, in some ways it's a sin to be broke. This is what people don't know. This is in the Bible. People argue me when I say this, but I want to say it says, wine is to make you merry. No, a feast is to make you merry. Wine is made for laughter, but money answers all things. And people will say, like, what does that mean? When you die, that money can't help you, but it can, because you can leave it to your family. It can set them up to do better. So it's like, you just got to get out there and work on your own, because God does bless the child that has his own. And people got to understand that. I got another one for y'all, though. We're not finna jump in your business yet, because this is one of my favorites. See, I ain't gonna have you in here like a saint, right? I want people to understand why you like you is, right? So, should you go through your man's phone or your girlfriend's phone? Should people do that? That's what I want to know.
In my opinion, only for an emergency. And I say that because you got to develop some kind of trust system.
Right.
Between each other. You should be able to feel comfortable sleeping next to this person, right? That you're not sleeping with the enemy.
Right.
And if you got to go through their phone and they didn't give you permission or consent to go through it,
right,
you got to step back and look at, well, what's wrong here?
Right.
Because what is it that I'm needing to get fulfilled?
Right.
What am I looking for that will help me?
Right.
To get, wherever that I'm trying to get, whether it's into an argument or if I'm trying to get into, thinking that it's something else like going on. But from the beginning, when you're with that person, you get a gut feeling whether or not they the right one. You know what I'm saying? So you got to decide from the very outset when your gut tell you, should I be getting into this or should I step back? Because how many people we know got into relationships and what the song say, I wish I never met her at all.
Yeah. Pretty much. I ain't gonna lie. I might have went through a few phones in my day. Okay, I admit it, right?
No, look, I didn't say I didn't do it. I said I gotta look at myself. You see what I'm saying?
But this was before text messages. I might have looked at a call log every now and then, like, oh, okay, all right. But I know one of my homeboys, me and his girlfriend was close. We was close. So she was telling me, like, yeah, he just talked too much. Like, I was looking at you and his text messages. And I'm like, you was looking at me and his text messages. And I was like, but me and him be talking about everything. I be telling him what's going on with my kids or my girl or whatever. And she was like, yeah, y'all wasn't talking about no females or him cheating or nothing. And I'm like, right. So how do you think that's right? Then I had to think about it. Me and my mama be talking about people, our personal business and different stuff. So if somebody go through your phone, it's past their relationship thing. It's like you getting in, because I don't know about everybody else, but me and my friends confiding each other about stuff. If they want to borrow something or I need to borrow something for them, and it ain't nobody business, but them is our secrets. So when you do that, like I said, we might be setting up a bank robbery. Now I gotta take you out again. I'm just playing, but, but it's like
right.
you gotta mind your business. You got to mind your business. I see y'all out there. Y'all gotta mind your business. Y'all got right, President. We might have all done it, but it's wrong. Okay, I got one more for y'all, right? This one, this is what I want to know. And I don't just throw this stuff out there. Like I said, I have a daughter that plays for the other team, right? I want to know if your child decides to be gay, do you embrace them or do you cut them off? I want to know what you think.
I'm all about the love because this my flesh and blood, right? And then people, we finicky. We change our minds 50, 70 times a day. You know what I'm saying? So we can be in one season in 2025 and then doing something else 2026. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then the other people who are looking at the person like, oh, the last time we talked, you was doing it this way. And then they say, oh, it's different, whatever. I'm going this way. So we got to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Because folks, they growing, right? And we just can't box them in. So we got to love.
We can't box them in. You gotta let people grow. Do y'all see that? I gotta reintroduce her. I'm not just gonna say her name regular. I gotta say the wonderful LaSonya Thompson, the creator of the Interfaith Film and Music Festival going down in New York. May 2nd to the 3rd is going down. So you're still not out the woods yet. You're still not out the woods yet. Before we get in your business, this is hood hierarchy. Do y'all hear me? This is hood hierarchy. So we have to screen her. So with that being said, what city and state are you from?
Born and raised in Houston, Texas, the H Town, Fifth Ward Boys.
Fifth Ward? Uh-oh.
Scarface.
Rapper God, huh? Okay, Fifth Ward.
Beyonce. Barry White. You all know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
Your girl Lizzo. Like it's all out there. Come and get your barbecue. You know what I'm saying?
You she must watch the hierarchy because it looks like she know the next question. So if somebody is in Houston, well, I guess if it's somebody you don't like, you would send them to Fifth Ward to go. No, I'm just playing. Where would you send them to grab something to eat? I got to know.
It just all depends what
In the
they like.
hood,
Cause think about it. Remember Texas used to be Mexico. You know what I'm saying? And people know their history.
Right.
So if you into beans and rice the Mexican way, then I gotta tell you one neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then, if you need your rice and peas, then the Jamaicans, the Germans, they in one spot.
Right.
If you like, your food spicy, jollof rice, you still got the southern twist from the Nigerians. So it's melting pot out there. I just need to know what you want that night.
Okay, I'm not. I don't want to stereotype nobody. Chicken. No, forget that. No. That's just too. I thought y'all think y'all was gonna get away with that. I'm not gonna do chicken and watermelon. Fish. Where can we get some good fish from in Houston?
You can get good fish in Hiram Clark. Okay. When you get out there, because it's a lot of New Yorkers that are taking their pensions and their retirement funds going to Houston, buying them a Mac mansion. But when you get out there, say, hey, where do I go to Hiram Clark so I can get me some good fish?
And you hit it on the head. My homie 3-2 was from Harm Clark. Rest in peace. Harm Clark is definitely a spot. And President said, Turkey Hut president, watch the news. It's a lot going on with Turkey Hut right now. A lot. A very lot. So you won't be at Oyster Hut or Turkey Hut no time soon. But okay, we're not done with you yet. We're not done with you yet. What's your favorite hood movie?
Okay, so I'm half third ward
Right.
and I'm half fifth ward.
Okay.
But and that's because of grandparents, right? You know, we raised by grandparents and all of that. But then my parents lived in Acres Home, Acres
Oh,
Shakers, Baby Maker.
oh yeah, South Vegas. Okay. I know some stuff. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So, but with all of that, I still had to make my move to New York City.
No. I said, what's your favorite hood movie? You giving me a real screen. You naming all these hoods. You almost got me ready to roll through Houston with you because you know all the spots. No, I said, what's your favorite hood movie?
Oh, okay. So my favorite hood movie is Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society is just at the top of the list. Now, we gave you the out to pick Jason's lyric, but it still ain't no Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society, so no one could be mad at you. I be
Right,
salty because
right.
Chicago don't have a movie that's just like up there that everybody's gonna pick. Like I just hate that they didn't make one for us. But yeah, Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society is always at the top. So you said nothing wrong. So with you being, you know what, you from Houston, so I gotta do it. Give me your favorite three rappers, top three rappers.
I mean, you know, I gotta say Scarface.
Gotta say Face. Everybody and their mama should say Face at the top. But Face won't even put itself at the top. But everybody should say Face. Keep going.
But then I gotta show, you know, the females some love.
Go ahead.
And I know you all gonna hate me for this, but your girl from Destiny's Child, meaning Beyonce, she a rapper, right?
Oh no, come on now. We got some beehivers on here. I'm beehive. So she's good. She's
All
good. That
right.
wasn't fair that you mentioned her, but you being from Houston. But B is on a whole nother level. But okay, we'll give you B.
Yeah, because I gotta just give some female props from the South. You know what I'm saying? You know, some love in the top of the list. Cause she done made a lot of millions. But then my other ones, I would say, I'm gonna say the Fifth Ward Boys.
Oh my
My
goodness.
mind playing tricks on me.
Oh my goodness. So you are a real old school Rap a Lot fan, huh? So you know
Okay.
Ghetto Boys, Fifth Ward Boys, Convicts, Choice, you was around for all the good stuff.
Okay.
That was like
And
the
all the clubs named Palladium, you know, like all of that kind of stuff.
prime
I
time.
might look, I might have even bumped into what's our gospel guy, you know, what's his name? The one who doing James Brown, Kirk Franklin. I might have bumped into him in the club. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. So you from the good old days. You from the good old days. So now, since you're in New York, Conut got a good question. What's your favorite restaurant in New York?
Footprints Cafe in Coney Island.
Footprints Cafe in Coney Island, and I love Coney Island just because it's Coney Island, just because they got a all the time carnival going on. So anything in Coney Island, and they got nice tall projects. Shout out to my guy 7 Up, who's saying that hood hierarchy is the highest of prestige. He from Coney Island. So yeah, I love Coney Island. I give it up to Coney Island, y'all. Coney Island is cool. Anything on Coney Island is cool. So you're doing good. But I got a few more before we get into your business. Since we're doing the film festival with you, I need to know who is your top 3 actors.
We gotta say, I'm gonna go ahead and give shouts out to Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he represented in Fruitvale Station back in the day.
He did. I remember that. He did.
My second one, I gotta give like love, you know, for the females. I'm gonna go all the way back to Regina King.
Regina King. You cannot sleep on Regina King. Everybody,
you know what I mean?
Everybody used to love Regina King back in the day because she just represented somebody from the hood so well. So yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You know,
and don't she do the voices on the Boondocks too?
Look, okay, like look, she wake up every day and go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like while we sleeping, taking a nap, she doing voiceover.
She underrated, definitely underrated.
And then I'm gonna say my third you know, actor that's like really good. Cause I try to mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
He deceased, but my boy Chad, you know what I'm saying? Chad Boswick from, you know.
Oh yeah, he did.
I miss him. R.I.P. You know.
It's crazy how the world works though. But God will show y'all because he put him in the biggest film, one of the biggest films ever before he get up out of here. So yeah, he showed us that we could have a black superhero. So that's good. So with that being said, you officially hood. I knew you had it. Once you Once you mentioned Houston, I know it was a waste of time trying to see if you was from the hood. So, with that being said, this Interfaith Music Film Festival, how did you come up with this?
Like this. You know how we going through all that we going through right now under the current president?
Right. Y'all president.
But he was that's it. Well, the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? But he was a president in 2018.
Right.
And all kinds of stuff was also going on. But when he first came on board, it was all types of hate crimes and violence against the churches, the temples, the mosques, you know, like all of the sacred spaces. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was in France, Israel, Pittsburgh, in the Carolina. I mean, it was just like God awful. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm not trying to say that he did it. What I'm saying is it happened so much so underneath his watch that me and some other filmmakers, other creators, we were like, hey, we got to do something. We got to try to like stand in solidarity. Like we got to like try to send a message that people who believe in whatever they believe in, we don't have to kill each other.
Right. I got it. So with that, you've been doing this a long time. You've been doing it a long time. How many years? It's a lucky number too. How many years you been doing it?
Yeah, since 2018. 7 years.
7 years. Lucky number 7. So, like, what? How was the first one? The first time you did it?
The reason why I could say the first time was, magical because back in those days, It was a different life, right? Before the pandemic. And we were able to get a partnership with WeWork. I don't know if people remember WeWork, but that was that co-working space, that was real popular, where people go in to work and when they don't want to work at home, to handle their business or whatever. And we would be able to do festival like film screenings all across the city because we had a relationship with WeWork. And all WeWork would do is send an email out in the building on their app to say, hey, we're doing a film festival, film screening, come on down. And food was provided, the space was provided. We didn't have to worry about insurance, permits, like it was all to the good. So that's what made the first one special. Partnerships, doing things at art galleries. But then, life, it always sinks in, right? And it sunk in 2020 when the pandemic happened and we could not meet in public spaces for a time.
Right. Yeah, that had to damper you. So with that though, moving along to 2025. You matter of fact, hold on before I get ahead of myself. Explain to someone who never been what a film and music festival is.
It is a time where you are looking at, you the attendee, you the participant, you're looking at a series of films, music videos, music talent that have been screened, judged by, a set of folks, right? And you're looking to see who's going to be the top. Some of these people may be pitching their work so that they can get grant money, prize money. Some of these people are trying to get distribution with the big companies, Sony, Warner, Netflix, Disney. And this is the filmmakers and the music artists' opportunities to try to make it big, right? Depending on the festival. No, the festival that I'm with and involved in is not as big as some of the festivals that we may know of, like a Tribeca Film Festival or American Black Film Festival or Pan African Film Festival. But that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these are big festival names, but they all had big sponsors, big brands, people who were able to cut a check and say, hey, organizers, go producers, go do your thing, make this happen, turn it into an award show, turn it into, something, where you can multiply. But with the film festival that I'm talking about and I'm representing today, it was purely grassroots, people working during the day, but still wanting to create their resume and put jobs for themselves onto their, their IMDb, the profile page. And we started doing it.
Right. What exactly, explain to us what interfaith means.
So interfaith means all faiths are welcome, right? I'm going to be transparent. I'm Christian, in terms of all my upbringing.
Right.
But by being an interfaith film and music festival, I'm saying to the world, everybody's invited to the table. Right. Everybody, whatever you believe in, I'm not going to force what I believe in onto you, right? If you talk about whatever subject matter, I can sit down and look at it and not, like my stomach hurt and throw eggs at the screen because you're just trying to tell me, this is something that I believe in and this is my point of view on how, I see the world. And I can respect that. So that's what the interfaith means. Everyone at the table, multiple faiths, going side by side.
I love that because I was doing an interview yesterday and I was telling somebody like, you got to believe in something to be around me. It don't have to be a religion either. It better be love or hate. You better believe in something. But for somebody who just don't believe in nothing, don't believe in karma, you just don't believe in something. I just don't even want to be around you. So like you said, what you is I'm accepting whatever you believe in. Let me check it out, see what I think of it, see what the people think of it. So that's big. So do people walk away with awards, or is it just a showcase, or like how does that work?
We have the showcase, we have awards, but then awards are more where it's appreciation and recognition awards. But we have not made it to the point where your award gets you $5,000 to finish your film.
Okay.
We are striving, aiming to get to that point. Hopefully, the millionaire next door in the hood hierarchy,
Right.
family, is ready to cut the check. But, until that time comes, we'll continue to gather, scream, build community, and educate.
I love it. So last year, how many films did you screen?
We screened a total of 10 films
Wow.
all across the world. Last year, we were only having the film festival one time a year because we would normally have it like the first week or so in December, which is sort of like, when everyone's in that festive mood, high holiday. But this year, we're pivoting because so many people are like, look, the what's going on all in the world is stressing us. Can you all provide something like this film festival much sooner than December? Can you do it a lot earlier? And that's why we're having this Spring Fest.
So nothing in New York is cheap. Nothing, right? Not even the fake clothes in New York is cheap, right? Nothing is cheap in New York, right? So, with that being said, how much do you charge to get in, or okay? So, what can we
Yeah,
get?
we do charge, but what we try to do as much as possible is get sponsors in advance, get donations in advance, so we can scholarship, so we could do 2-for-1 specials, so we can just, 50% off, do whatever it takes so that people can get in, right? We're not trying to turn away people. We're just trying to make sure that we pay for venues, the
Right.
people who put stuff together, because we don't, that's one thing about our festival. We appreciate artists. So we're not trying to get a discount. We're just, if you say to us, okay, it costs this much, for me to be, the podcaster guest for that night, then we're
Right.
just going to work our budget so that we can make sure that we show up and have the money for you.
So, with people with music, how do you do as far as the music? Uh-oh, you froze on us. You froze on us. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. I'm gonna give you a second to come back because you was froze wrong. I couldn't do you like that. She probably back on, y'all. She probably back on. Okay, yeah, you was froze wrong. I had to take you out. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, the internet can get kind of crazy, but what we try to do is just make sure that we are responding to the need for artists to keep busy, keep active.
Right.
Because what me and you didn't talk about was that after the pandemic, the entertainment industry went into a strike.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, the show did for the movies too. They went back to movies.
Hello? Okay, so this festival then seen some things and been through some things, okay? And it's like, but we still had to press through because regardless if AI is taking over or AI is, the new thing, the new revolution, that we got to keep up with. But we as artists, we still got to create our own work. We can't wait for someone the big studios to give us permission to express ourselves.
Hey, you got to take matters into your own hands. So what if I got a movie and I want to get it in the festival, or I got a music video? Like, what would I have to do?
So you would submit it to us. We normally would have some, type of like just submission fee so we can pay the people who are the screeners, the judges, what have you, to take a look at the applications. And then once the committee decides and picks who, will be the ones that will be highlighted at the film festival, we let them know. What we try to do is we try to like have a film where everyone will come and enjoy because it's a feature. And then we also try to like select those that are similar to a short film. We also try to divide it up where some films are related to as a documentary,
Right.
and then other films are more of telling a story or a narrative.
I get. So have you made any films?
I have, but I have not done a feature film. I have done all short films. So that is one of my goals and aspirations is to get into the grind to raise the money so that I can do a feature.
How long does a short film last?
Short films can be anywhere. I've seen short films 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? Less than 20 minutes. I think the key to it in terms of like how some short films get a lot of recognition is how they are able to tell the story, keep your attention, for the 3 to 5 to 7 minutes, and then have you craving for more when it finishes.
So what do you think about this? I'm seeing all these series now. It seems like everybody has a series. Is that a good or a bad thing?
I think it's good because you're giving your characters in your story an opportunity to like grow and to like go in all kinds of different directions. But you're also giving yourself the as the writer, director, the creative, an opportunity to see what your audience is responding to, right? Because your goal as the artist, you still want to create content that people love and want to share with other folks, but you want to be around too. If you start kind of getting watered down, folks start moving on, right? You
Right.
gotta you gotta retool, you gotta retune and get back on track. You know what I'm saying? And stay on fire.
Do you write scripts?
I do. And one of the things that I do is also script supervise, meaning let's just say you wrote a script and you sent it over to me.
Right.
I'm one of those types of persons that I'll be like, okay, you said that, this you described this woman and this man in this room in this particular way.
Right.
And you said that they were 18 years old.
Right.
But in the next scene, you never did help us to understand how did the person become from 18 all the way to 35, right? You
Right.
got to help us to like transition. So I'm one of those kind of persons too, a script
All right.
supervisor.
Never thought about that. So once you write a script, it's good to have a person tell you what your script is missing to make a good script a great script.
There you go. But and look, I get it. You may want to be experimental. You may be coming up with some new things,
Right.
but there are certain things that are tried and true in scripts, right? That you want to like kind of make sure that you have in your scripts or
Right.
in your stories. But I also come from an angle of I want for churches, congregations, mosques, temples, all of those, I want for them to start telling their story, right?
Right.
Because many of our elders are pressing on, and transitioning to heaven or wherever that afterlife is. And some of them have some crazy stories. Like they may try to think show us that they're conservative and they didn't do anything. But
Right.
if you sit some of those folks down and they tell you a story or two,
Right.
it will outdo many of us of what we're doing today, for sure.
What make a great script, a great story? What makes one?
I mean, I think it can depend mostly on what type of topic, genre that you're like interested in, sci-fi, mystery, those types of things. But what I think that is the core of a good script is that there's somebody that comes into conflict and they got to get out of that conflict to the other side. And when they get to the other side, that they land on both of their feet, right?
Right.
Yeah, we can do cliffhangers, that they're slipping and sliding once they get to the other side. But then people, just as humans, we want to know, like, at one point in time, are you going to be able to stand up again? Are you going to be able to come back from this? Are you going to be able to rise up? Are you going to able to come into a new level, right? Don't we put a demand on each other like that?
Right. I know what I always wonder. Can you just write a good script that you don't need all the special effects and the big budget to do it? Could the script be that good?
You can have a good script, but what's happening today, at least in my opinion, is that people have seen so much things that like appeals to the sensation.
Right.
So, like, say for instance, the Batman series. Once you've watched a film for 4 hours, that means you have a tolerance level now that's at a new level.
Right.
But when you watch it that whole time, it better be good, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's where we are right now, whether it's very short or very long.
Right.
You have enough tools out there that you better like represent.
Hold on, let me roll a drop for him just to show him that I'm no chump. Hold on.
Hey, Uncle Beats, it's Maya sending you a big congratulations on your 100th episode of Hood Hierarchy.
I was just flexing on y'all one time, and we way past 100 episodes. This is so dope. We got the one and only LaSonya Thompson in the building. But before I let you leave, that's right, y'all. I'm holding her. It is dinner time, but I'm still holding her. She in New York, so she on a little different time schedule than me. I just seen my special guest tap in. Let's see if he on point. And he not on.
Yeah, what up, y'all?
Where you at, man?
Yo, can you hear me?
We hear you great.
Yeah, my camera. My camera. I just got it from work. Shout out to Uncle Beast. Shout out to the Interfaith Film Festival, the hottest film festival in America right now. LaSonya
Thank
Thompson.
you.
Yeah. Something wrong with my
I've
camera.
been having so much fun.
I didn't introduce you, man. That's my homie, y'all. He's Hood Hierarchy family. He's part of every show. The one and only Robert Fields Jackson, aka C Styles.
Let's go. New York City, we in the building. Chicago, stand up. Sunny kids, what up?
But C Styles is actually the one who put me in tune with you. So
yeah.
I'm glad that he was able to just get on it and say what's up to you. But I see you he been telling me about you for a long time. I've been trying to get there.
A little while, brother. Not a long time. A little while, man.
Yeah. A long good while.
Yeah.
So he been telling me about you. So it was dope that we was able to pull it off. He said, yeah, she probably ain't gonna do an interview with you because she real Hollywood, man.
No, I ain't say that. What's happening right now? One thing about C-Style, I keep it real, 110%.
No, we've been having a good time. Like, once I spill the beans, the origin in Houston, he had to go off on me. You know what I'm saying?
You noticed that, huh? You noticed that I really like that Houston thing.
Yeah, shout out to Houston, Texas. I got family out there. Wow.
Yeah, you know, I said, oh, she can't get no more grimier once she started mentioning all them boys. So it's
Okay, look, you know.
He takes shots at me too with the pizza.
Oh no, I didn't go in on. I can't go in on Houston food. I can't win going against Houston food.
Okay.
When you're in that South, it's a little different. They do some real cooking.
On guard, they do.
Yeah, they do some real cooking. But honestly, she right. Once I seen where you was from, it's just beautiful to me to see, especially for you like to go to New York and do what you're doing. It just give hope to people because you have so many people that think they can't be nothing, and you didn't go making movies. You went putting film festivals together, film and music, and that's something big that can't be overlooked. And y'all need to donate, and keep it going. So more to it. What makes this year different from the other years, though?
Well, this year is different because we're going hybrid, meaning that since the pandemic, we stayed online because you and I talked about it's expensive in New York, trying to get venues, trying to get permits and insurance, and you got to feed people. People want, and regardless of the religion or whatever, many people still need their alcohol, right? And then the folks who don't, they want a mocktail, so they wanted to pretend, right? That they still got something as an option. So with all of that going on, we were able to May 2nd have it at the Producers Club in Midtown in the theater area. So then that way no one could say that they couldn't get there. And then in Brooklyn, we were able to go to downtown Brooklyn, and they have a mall called City Point in downtown Brooklyn. And so then we're going to have it there May 3rd. And we did that because we know that it's different personalities across the boroughs, right? And so we wanted to make sure that we were there regardless.
Right. I love that you just taking your time out to mix the faiths, not turn anybody away. You know what I'm saying? And I knew what interfaith mean. That's why I told you, like, nah, we finna show them that you ain't no saint, because people just get confused sometimes and get intimidated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, especially the logo, you got the Star of David, you got the cross, you got different stuff. Some people get intimidated. Some people can't understand that you're saying you're all welcome. You're all welcome. And it's like the world need more of that on so many levels, to just welcome everybody and don't judge them, especially when this is a chance to lay out your story.
Right. But see, here's the thing though. A lot of people, at least in that who I knew growing up, as well as my time here in New York, came from a two-faith, family household. The mom or dad was one faith, and one was Christian, one was Muslim, one was Catholic, one was, Buddhist, one was this, one was that. And depending on, your household, you could have either went with your mom, to the faith, observance place, or you went with the dad, or they could have been more of the hippie type and said, look, you don't have to come with us. You just decide whenever you get of age what you're gonna do, right? Shaquille O'Neal, he talks about how having his stepfather as a Muslim and his mother as a Christian, but the principles he said that his father taught him from the Muslim faith helped him as a businessman, right? And helped him to have like a different perspective. And that's a lot of people out there. Barack Obama, dad, had one, background, mom, Kansas, middle America, had a different perspective. But then, he was able to guide us through his presidency when all of the tragedy was happening at Mother Emanuel.
Yeah, you know something you just made me realize. My mama was Catholic all the way. Catholic, Catholic, Catholic. I still ain't yet figured out what my dad was. But my brothers was all of us was different religions in the same house. And it's just like you said, because they really just let us do what we believed in. They didn't well, at least by the time I came around, I'm the youngest. I know I look 25, but I'm slightly older. But
you do.
see that? You see that?
Uncle Beats, yeah.
Comments, y'all. You hear that, C Styles?
I hear that, bro.
but yeah, it's definitely like that. You have people who have different it's the principles though. Principles is really important. But before I let you escape, you gotta give me a drop. You gotta shout out Hood Hierarchy. Tell them who you are. Hold on, let me take C Styles off for a second so it can look how I need it to look. Hold on. So say your name and shout out Hood Hierarchy. Shout out the film festival. Do whatever. I'm gonna roll it in the credits like you've seen in the beginning. Give it to us.
This is LaSonya Thompson, the one and the only in love with Hood Hierarchy, because he's given a platform to educate us, to take us to the next level. And that's what we want to see at the Interfaith Film and Music Festival. It's happening May 2nd through the 3rd this weekend. Come and hit us up. Manhattan, Brooklyn, whichever way you're coming from, we're there.
And you know what? Ain't none of you turkeys ever said y'all love Hood Hierarchy. That's what I'm saying. All this hard work, appreciation. Where can we get the tickets? We need to know where to get the tickets.
Go to www.interfaithfilmfest.com. You can make a donation there. You can buy a ticket there. You can go to the Instagram page at Interfaith Film Fest. Follow us, click in the links, get tickets, make donations. Either way it goes, I want, if you are a storyteller, to rise up. If you got a book inside of you, it's time to get it to the script, to get it to the movie. Like, what you waiting on?
What you ain't know, you talking directly to me. In the next festival, my movie will be there. Okay, my movie will be there after I get you to let me know if what the script is missing. So we locked in. Anytime you need to come to Hood Hierarchy, all you gotta do is just reach out, let me know, and Shy need to come on here too. I already told her she's coming. Okay, Shy need to come on here. You coming, Shy? Okay, I got you. I already made her flyer. She gotta come. So you didn't work with a lot of artists though. Like I was looking at your social media, and I'm like, man, she just got everybody. Even C Styles. You got C Styles on there looking like a model, right? So I just want to thank you for what you do for the community, what you do for the world. Because I know it ain't easy. I know it's a lot of work into it. You know, I know y'all have a lot going on, and people only see the finished product sometimes. They don't see, just like before we went on, y'all should have seen her. I'm like, just calm down. I got you. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. We here to win. And you're just so professional. And it's just like, man, I just wish you the best, and it's gonna be good. So we end every episode. Salute to everybody in the comments. And Jackie, I seen you checking in, #1 guest of the show. But blame it on this nice, wonderful LaSonya Thompson, because I didn't get to all the comments because she kept smiling and just preaching. Preaching just got me. I just toned out, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up when y'all see me in the street for not checking out the comments. But she was preaching. She was just giving them knowledge. And like she said, finish your books, finish your films. Come on. So we end every episode one way and one way only. I say, what's your hood? You tell us where you from, we out of here. So what's the hood?
Look, I'm doing best side, do or die.
Here we go. grimy, very grimy.